And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg joining me courtside with our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. Look at Orlando. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, Milwaukee just way behind. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Portis will function as the pivot with Antetokounmpo by his side. Zach LaVine is out there with Keontae Jordan. And it's Okoro in at the small forward position. And for the Magic, Wagner is in the front court alongside Banchero. MP out there with Howard. And it's Carter in at the 5. Well, Greg, I hope you're ready. We're going to be cranking our heads back and forth, watching these teams race up and down the floor all game long.
And this is the definition of an exciting matchup. Don't be shocked if the 24-second clock doesn't come into play. They like to keep up.
Love that play call by MP, finding a way to create for his team.
George passes to LaVine. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. It's hauled in by the Magic. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home team just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the court.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
So it's the Bucks now, following the bucket by Orlando. Antetokounmpo, no good. It's slammed in by Howard.
The lead just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And Antetokounmpo on the follow.
And the activity of the Greek freak around the bucket. I mean, this guy just does not quit. Relentless. Really knows how to finish with authority after misses come his way. Wow.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo to the left wing. Now, Okoro. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. 5 to shoot. Pass to George. Over MP. George, no good.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
There's some heat from Banchero now. He brings that ferocity. We know he's got an inferno raging in him.
We often see Paolo Banchero with the ball late in the shot clock clutch, and he usually delivers.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you shut off his dribble drive and then you seal off the retreat. Oh! How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by AT&T. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Heat got the job done. He dropped in 16 points, and he made a lot of shrewd decisions with the ball, which led to a hefty assist total for him. Just another remarkable performance from him. Nothing new. Guys, we'll see how long he keeps this up.
Hey, Howie, thanks for the great report. In stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. For the Magic, Baines checked in for Buck, and it's Suggs in for Howard. A different look for Milwaukee. The drive by Embiid, and finished off by Banchero.
When he attacks the rim like that, Paolo Banchero, there's no stopping him.
With the drive, took him no time at all on that one.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, they better be thinking about him. I mean, we know how dangerous he is.
Back to Carter. On the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Embiid.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
44 seconds left in the first quarter. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Orlando making some changes. Laws checked in. And Wagner subbed in for Banchero. And Milwaukee also making a switch. George is checked in. Pass to Turner. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And, you know, guys, it's good to see Turner converting these difficult baskets. I mean, in part because it has to help his confidence.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And Orlando making a change here. Udo's checked in. Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Nembhard with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's Turner. The shot's good. Turner's got 5 points so far.
Nice setup. Excellent team basketball.
Wagner from long range. Oh, he parked it went in. Count it.
Yeah!
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And so it's Orlando, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be back with you shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Magic.
Their chemistry. That's what really stood out so far in this one to me. Look at the number of assists they've been able to rack up so far.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. You've got Keontae George. And it's Nembhard. So for the Magic, Udo's checked in, and it's Howard in for Bain. The Bucks also with the sub. Antetokounmpo's checked in. And when you think about the greatest players, Clark, in Bucks history, it comes down to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I think that's where the list probably starts and ends. I mean, both of those guys led the Bucks to championship seasons and multiple MVP awards as well. But it's hard for me to say this, but maybe Giannis has a slight edge over Kareem. He's the all-time leader in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks for the Bucks.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
To the inside, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Baines checked in for the Magic. Milwaukee making a switch here. Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's MP. He had 16 points in the win against Miami. MP's on the move. Suggs finds Payne. Orlando moving the ball around. Just 3 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Outside, George. In the corner, Okoro with it. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Levine for 3. Kept alive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Because Portis is that can score, he draws the D's attention, sometimes a little too much attention.
And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Banchero's checked in for Franz Wagner. And Black's subbed in for Bain.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Zach LaVine is becoming a more rugged defender. He said, it takes a toll. I've always been in great shape, but you have to be strong, too. The mental side of it, digging deep and figuring out how to get it done and how much you want it. Now, I like taking on those challenges. Guys, back to you.
You got it. Making the commitment. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
MP kicks to Howard. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Oh, great ball movement there.
50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Outside, Levine. Giannis outside. Latrey. Good! Giannis from deep.
Take a look at who got fired up by that last 3. Giannis says, I can do that too.
Howard kicks to MP. Howard with a screen on Nimhart. MP passes to Howard. And Howard with the stop.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Back to Antetokounmpo. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Well, if Giannis is knocking down threes, defensively, nothing you can do.
Down low, Antetokounmpo with the steal. Here's Okoro. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Okoro's got it back down to within single digits for the Bucks. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one.
The previous play is under review.
Bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here, but no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And so it's Orlando holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of the points coming right at the rim. Right back after this break.
Thanks for tuning in. We love the mountain climbing, don't we? Well, there's a huge mountain to climb for the Milwaukee Bucks.
It's not a huge deficit on the boards, but enough
to where they're giving away possessions, and that adds up, guys.
Yeah, if they're playing a comeback, better rebounding is where they need to start.
And moving on, let's take a peek at how the East is shaping up here in the midseason.
When I look at the Bucks, they're frustrated, and you can understand their frustration. They were expected to be good this year.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And the Bucks with possession here. They trail by 11. Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. Howard is out there with MP. And it's Wagner in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Jamal Mosley. Here's Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo playing strong inside.
It's been Giannis's night. His points have come in a variety of ways, and as usual, he has been relentless.
Banchero a screen on George. MP passes to Banchero. Right on the bucket. Banchero's got 12.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Pass to Okoro. Back to George. This one for 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Magic leading by 11. Oh, that's a monster jam by MP.
Fantastic slam by MP, proving how dangerous he can be inside.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. The Bucks working the ball around. Okoro finds George. Pops in the layup for 2. 9 points in the game so far.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Wagner passes to MP. Carter with a screen on George to the paint. And then Carter with the jam.
Carter's a really good pick-and-roll partner. Excellent hands, and he can finish, too.
Bucks trail by 13. And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And here we can check out the score for Zach LaVine.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
MP against George. Okoro kicks to Antetokounmpo. With the fadeaway. Rebound by the Magic. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. MP against George. The drive by MP. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And it's Wagner missing. Bucks trail by 13. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Picked up by Banchero. Outside, LaVine. There's the triple. Carter pulls it in. And so, MP will bring it up for the Magic inside.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
To the middle. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Outside, George. In the corner, it's LaVine. Pass to Okoro. 6 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo, a screen on MP. Antetokounmpo. Off with the layup. Magic leading by 13. Over in the corner, Banchero. Into the layup. That opens up to the three.
Good. Okay, Paolo, I see you. That was a highlight reel throwdown for sure.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T Connected Cam. Milwaukee has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Howard against Levine. Outside for George. And again, the Bucks miss. The Magic have gotten 4 of the first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break.
Love the energy that MP plays with. His young legs let him get to the open floor and finish it.
And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell him simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Orlando making some changes. Bain comes in for Carter. And Jalen Suggs is subbed in for Howard. 55 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Larson. And the Bucks miss again.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
MP with it, picked up by Turner. Basket good. Wagner's got 7 points in the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution.
Here's Nembhard. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Down to 5 on the shot clock. All for run. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Nembhard's got his second bucket of the night.
And that is textbook perfect. The bounce pass. Exactly how you want to throw.
And so it's Orlando holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We come back right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. They've got Turner, and it's Nembhard in at the 1. Pass to George. Howard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. MP's got it. And it's Suggs missing. Here's Nembhard. Down low. And Turner throws it down.
Boy, that's just too easy, guys. Turner, a player you can't allow to get free near the rack. He's a great dunker. Bang.
And the dunk by MP.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
The Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
MP against Giannis. The drive by MP.
Boy, MP, great feel for the game and also unselfish.
Bucks trail by 21. Left side, George. Turner with a screen on MP. High, arcing shot. The shot by Turner, no good.
You won't see that from him very often, missing the bunny like that.
Great open look there.
You can see Suggs' confidence growing over time with every three that he makes. Keep shooting them, Jalen. Keep shooting them.
Giannis passes to George. Off target with his three.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Inside. Back to MP. They set the screen to the inside. Long. Good in the assist goes to MP. Long's got 4 this quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Outside Turner. Shot clock at 5. Nembhard for 3. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Magic have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
MP outside. Back to Howard. To the paint. Here's MP. And the dunk by MP.
What an incredible game so far for MP. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
There's 1:47 left to play here in the fourth. Outside for George. Throws it from outside.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
To the inside. Turner with the steal.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Magic.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for MP.
Boy, his vision was impeccable, right on point tonight, picking apart the defense and racking up a bunch of assists.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Udo's checked in. Johnson comes in for Howard. Richardson, he's checked in for Bain. And it's Anthony Black in for Suggs. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by the Bucks. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside, Levine. Down low. Here's Turner. No good with the fallback jumper. Here's MP. And again, it's Orlando converting.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency.
Bulls taking on the Magic. For the Bulls, the momentum has been in their favor. They've incurred only one loss in the last 6 outings, putting the rest of the league on alert. Magic, Bulls, coming up next. Hello and welcome to Sunday Night NBA action here on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here with you alongside Grant Hill and Coach Dan Van Gundy and the 4th member of our crew, Allie LaForce, reporting from the sidelines. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You look at the Magic, they've been outstanding thus far, claiming the top spot in their conference. And of course the Chicago Bulls not posing much of a threat right now.
Checking out the Bulls, they had some lofty goals to start the year, but they may not have the roster to hang with the league's elite teams.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. Banchero and Carter Jr. make up the front court. Then it's MP, then it's Franz Wagner, and it's Howard in at the 2. And for the Bulls, they've got Jaden Ivey, also Thompson out there, Grady Dick out there with Jock Landale, and it's Bishop in at the 4.
Great delivery on the pick and roll. MP with a good sense of timing.
And this young Magic team plays a stifling brand of defense, Dan.
Yeah, the best we've seen in Orlando since the Hall of Famer Dwight Howard patrolled the paint. That team also had great coaching.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now here's Thompson. Turned in an outstanding game against Memphis. Here's Ivey. And he buries his first look.
Well, you like to see Ivey capitalize on the interior.
Stolen by Thompson. Pass to Ivey. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Wagner. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, I spoke with the head coach for Chicago. Coach and I talked about the development of Franz Wagner since entering this league, and he said he was someone we watched early on. Even though he didn't end up on our team, the way he's added to his game is incredible. It says a lot about the kind of work ethic that he has. Back to you.
And Allie, thank you for that. And so here is Chicago. Orlando making their last shot. Pass to Bishop. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Banchero. Orlando moving the ball around, and so it looks like it'll be Orlando's ball still. And here we can check out the story for Grady Dick.
Over his last 10 games, his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better. He looks very confident from deep. There's no doubt he's got the green light to shoot from his coaching staff.
Jalen Suggs is checked in for Howard. Deflected!
No real surprise there. Banchero's blocks are something we're getting used to seeing.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Thompson. Stan, we're in the thick of the season. How hard is it to keep your guys engaged right now?
Well, it's the biggest challenge for a coach, to get your players to continue to listen and to continue to try to improve. You have to figure out the best way to communicate, and that's different on a player-by-player basis.
Orlando with the ball, following the three-point basket by Chicago. And Banchero gets it to go.
Well, you can put Banchero on either side of the two-man game. There, he was the pick-me.
Here's Ivey. His last outing, he had 18 points. Lets it go from deep. And it's Orlando with a rebound. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
Yeah, it was relentless play at both ends of the court in that game. They were able to seize control and maintain it.
Well, those are the kinds of performances you hope carry over into some momentum for this.
No good with a layup.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Wagner, the pass to MP. Carter, a screen on Thompson. Pass to Banchero. MP outside. Clock at 4. The Magic need to put one up here. Chalk up 2 there.
Nice job by Banchero. He is so aggressive in the paint.
And now the first timeout called here for Chicago. And Chicago going with a whole new group out there. And let's check out which teams have been offensive juggernauts the past 10 games. Fourth, the Bulls.
This team has been on an absolute tear offensively. It seems like they're able to find a shot every trip down.
Stolen by MP. Up the floor. And the dunk by Wagner.
Well, with his size and power, Wagner can seem unstoppable at the rim.
Bulls trail by 5. Outside, Williams. 41 seconds left to play in the first. It's rebounded by Law. The Magic have gone 6 of 7 and looking good. Wagner lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Wagner's got his second basket.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Payne, the pass to Wagner. MP outside. Back to Wagner. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. And so it's the Orlando Magic closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. The Bulls trail by 3. On the court for Orlando, we've got Paolo Banchero. Suggs is out there with MP. Then it's Desmond Bane, and it's Howard in at power forward. That ties the game.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Milwaukee was outstanding. He had 22 points, and he was dealing assists all around. He was clearly on a mission, and no one was getting in his way. A flat-out dominant performance.
Thanks, Allie. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up the teammates.
Ivy outside. Clock at 6. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Shot's good by Thompson.
Nice decision-making by Ivy. He can more than handle running the offense.
Orlando leading by 3. Howard, the pass to MP. Howard with a screen on Thompson. And a foul called on MP. That's his first foul.
They've done a lot of good things today. But one area they need to improve is their ball security.
The Bulls making a switch here. Giddy's checked in. And the Magic making a change here as well. Black's checked in for Suggs. Now here's Thompson. Black defending. Giddy passes to Dick. Thompson, a screen on Bane to the paint. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. And Banchero outside. Black passes to MP. Back to Black. Howard with a screen on Giddy. The drive by MP. And there's Howard. That one's good on the assist by MP. Howard's got 5 points now in the quarter. Doesn't go for him. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Orlando ahead, up by 3. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Hey there, everybody. With the All-Star break on the horizon, let's first have a look at the players vying for a spot in the three-point contest.
No matter who makes it, I know all these guys. They're ready.
The final tally of votes soon to come, but there's still time to get your ballot in. Now or never. And changing focus now to the Orlando Magic. They're halfway through what's certainly been a competitive game. Thanks for joining us.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. You gotta like what Jaden Ivey has done in this game.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Jaden Ivey is out there with Amen Thompson. Then there's Dick. Then it's Jock Landale. And it's Bishop in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Oh, rejected by Howard.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the board.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Thompson with it. He has 6. And here's Ivey from the arc. No good.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
To the inside. Here's Carter. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. And it's already hard enough to play D in this league. Some people feel that traveling has gotten out of control, Coach.
Well, I don't know if it's gotten out of control, B.A. I think the referees do a pretty good job on traveling. I think what's important for the referees is they have to be able to determine which travel calls gain a guy an advantage and which ones you could let go because they have no effect on the play.
Howard against Thompson, and he converts the layup. Thompson's got 8.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Howard against Thompson. Inside, Landale. Orlando with the rebound. And Carroll's got 4 rebounds now. Back to MP. Ben Carroll with a screen on Thompson. MP, the pass to Ben Carroll. Oh, Ben Carroll throws it down.
That's just great vision from MP there. Always on the lookout.
Ivey outside. Back to Thompson. Outside Dick. There's a screen. From downtown. Rebound by the Magic.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, when you watch MP, you can see the burst he has on the floor. Very explosive young player.
There are usually 1 or 2 mid-season coaching changes in the NBA every year. Can those energize the team, Graham?
You know, B.A., we've seen it give teams a boost in the past, but only on occasion. Usually it's a last-ditch effort in a doomed season or simply just turning the page.
And here's Ivey from the arc. It's hauled in by the Magic. Ben Carroll's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Well, the NBA is cutthroat. All-star Kevin Durant said, you've got to build up that dislike for guys that you're competing against, and you can't be friends while you're on the court. It's a dog-eat-dog world, especially when you're at the level of greatness. You don't want anybody to take the thing you've got. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop that?
Carter finds MP. Carter, a screen on Thompson. And Carter gets it to go on the assist by MP. Carter's got 11 points in the quarter.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Sumu outside. He's covered by Suggs. Left side, Giddey. There's the triple. Hits the trifecta. Giddey's got 10 points.
Well, that's a shot the defenses often dare Giddey to make, but he's shown improved accuracy.
Pass to Asenge. To the left side wing. Outside Giddey. They set the pick. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
MP, the pass to Suggs. Back to MP. Pass to Bain from outside the arc. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Wendell Carter, he's been the guy making things happen for the Magic. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Magic, they've got MP. He's out there with Jalen Suggs. And it's Bain in at the small forward.
Well, nice use of the floater. Ivy able to arc it up and over.
The drive by MP. And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Chicago Bulls. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Bam Adebayo and the Miami Heat. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks.
And that game against the Wizards is going to be a hard-fought battle. You just hope they are able to execute their game plan as it should be a close one.
Orlando making a switch here. Black's checked in. And that one's good. Giddey.
Nice move by Giddey. His handles are fantastic.
And that one, no question, powered it down.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Timeout, Bulls. Dick, he's checked in for Chicago. Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what the head coach of the Bulls said to the team. He isn't liking what he's seeing out there on the perimeter, saying to his guys, defensively, we're too lax, and they're getting any three they want. And offensively, the ball movement, it isn't crisp, which is why we're not getting many opportunities from outside. I want to see improvement on both ends.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
They have no answer defensively inside.
The drive by MP. And Carter gets it to go on the assist by MP. Carter's got 13 points here in the second half alone. The Bulls trail by 10. Giddey outside. Now Ivy. Ooh, the three doesn't go.
So far, rebounding has been a big factor tonight.
Now here's MP. Into the lane. Hard charging basketball from MP.
Yeah, good, aggressive move by MP. You know, I have a feeling we'll see this a lot in his career.
Here's Giddy. Timeout Bulls. Wendell Carter with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And I think a new plan would be a good idea. At least make it hard on this guy.
Both teams will make substitutions. Dick against Wagner. Now here's Dick. Not a lot of room. The drive by Landale.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now Carter. Going to work in the low block.
Well, watch Carter Jr.'s control. He sets a solid screen and then shifts right to his spot.
Dick against Wagner. Oh, the slam! Off a fantastic lead pass. What a play!
Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
Here's MP. 1:11 left in the game. Now Carter. 6 on the shot clock. The drive by MP. Oh, he jammed it.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Magic.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And this result tonight, it gets them to 44 wins on the year.
And with just one game left to play between them, they've captured the first 2 meetings of the year.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for MP.
Well, what an unselfish display from him tonight. Sharing the ball, creating for others, just beautiful basketball.
And so MP will bring it up for the Magic. Here's Ben Carroll. MP drives in. Oh, he damped it right back at him. So it's the Magic winning this one easily. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Stan Van